Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. A movie so bad you'd wish you hadn't seen it. Which is hilarious considering you can barely see a fucking thing. This movie had so much promise. Genuinely so much promise. And why do I say that? Well, the producers, John Davies, Walter Hill and David Giller, are all seasoned producers in their respective franchises. John Davies has produced on all of the Predator movies, along with Walter Hill and David Giller being involved in all of the Alien movies, and they were specifically responsible for some of the best additions to the first Alien movie that helped seal it as a cult classic. So how do the producers, the long-running producers of these franchises, not understand the fundamental basics of the franchises they have put their millions into? Movies are a business. Producers are businessmen. It's their job to understand their business and make it successful. But then, I guess, when the producers hire the writer of the incredible Armageddon, you were never going to get a masterpiece.
Down 911!
But at least light the damn film correctly. If you haven't seen AVP Requiem, well, for starters, you can't, because whoever was in charge of lighting that film couldn't figure out how to screw in the light bulbs that day. Hey, question. How many light department hands do you need to screw in a light bulb? Apparently, more than 20th Century Fox could afford on the set of AVP Requiem. A requiem can be defined as a token of remembrance, which is what I nearly needed when I watched this trash. I almost blew my brains out and gouged out my eyes. It's not all doom and gloom though. Well, I mean, it is pretty gloomy, but it's not all doom. The movie has a fairly solid opening, some reasonable action scenes, and some very interesting expansions to the mythos of both the Predators and the Aliens. But then we're thrust into this epic tale of a pizza delivery man and his estranged criminal brother. Why do I care about these whiny little bitches? Is the Requiem in Aliens vs. Predator Requiem supposed to be for their careers after this movie? Because I sure as hell can't remember seeing them in anything else, let alone the fact I can barely see them in this movie. You know, because of the lighting. From a technical perspective, on the scenes that you can see, it's actually pretty decent. Some fairly nice angles, some reasonable grading, and before the suburban town of Shitsville descends into darkness, some really quite nice natural lighting. But then, the first half hour of this movie is just introductions to these pointless characters that will come into play later when their specific archetype is needed. Because archetypes. We have the hussy, the school bully, the returning from service army officer, and, last but definitely not least, the pizza boy and his epic criminal brother that everyone seems to know, and the police, for some reason, divulge important information to.
We found Ray's body in the woods. He was skinned alive.
Because professional. The criminal brother, hilariously, even offers to help the police officer when he's called out by dispatch.
Roger, dispatch. Notify the fire department. I'll meet him there.
Right away, Sheriff. Dispatch out.
You want some help?
I don't know the house.
Come on. I'll ride in the back.
Where is this town? Are all of the townsfolk honorary officers? Do they just chip in and swap the badges over when needed? No discrimination, even criminals. The first half hour of setup and character introduction, though, is peppered in with little snippets of Predators and Aliens. But when the movie is titled Aliens vs. Predator, and the Predator doesn't versus the Alien until 40 minutes in, well, we know the producers simply have no idea of what's been making them money all these years. But I guess the blame can't be completely on their hands. The film did actually make money. Amazingly, and I guess the producers know their target audience for this movie, whiny little teens. It sure as hell wasn't the fans of the individual and original franchises. Like I say, some great expansions to the mythos and some genuinely decent and quite interesting action pieces in this movie. But when the central focus of this movie is Pizza Face Pizza Boy, why do I give a shit? Mate, You're probably bullied for a reason, so I don't care about the bully side plot. And the girl you like is a hoe, as evidenced by the fact she's chatting you up when her bully boyfriend is in the next room. And the criminal brother story? Why is this relevant to anything? Oh, no, that's right. He needs to be the brooding, masculine man of the movie. Of course, he is Hasselhoff Light. In Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, the man of the people, the criminal that is also the prodigal son of the town, somehow. He is who saves the day, not the aliens or the predators, because in the words of the original AVP, whoever wins, we lose. Everyone lost with this movie, from the fans to the franchises themselves. Despite that, amazingly, you can see the writer's next film, Avatar 2. Yes, that's right. The writer somehow failed up and has been given the keys to some of the most expensive movies that will ever be produced, as he signed on to write Avatar 2 through 5. But look, I digress. Why does this movie suck? Well, the one redeeming feature of the movie most people can agree on is the Predator. Yep, he's great, but he's barely in it. He has a total of 11.5 minutes screen time in a film titled Aliens vs. Predator. And the movie is over an hour and a half long. Who signed off on this? Who thought, what a great idea, we'll turn a beloved franchise into a trope-filled teen slasher movie? When both franchises are renowned for their incredible puppetry work and you fill it with CGI, you know times are a-changing.
For the times they are a-changing.
Like I say, there is absolutely nothing specifically wrong with the Predator having such little screen time, but it's more the fact that this film was marketed as something that would be an all-out war. Whoever wins, we would lose. This movie was going to redeem AVP and unfortunately buried both franchises. Also, did anyone else notice this? This is a National Guard who walked past a giant alien death machine and you didn't see it. The alien literally stands up next to him. Just stands up. Doesn't slide in from camera left. He just stands up. Which means the man must have clocked it, thought it was nothing, and walked up to the far more interesting car. Good. I'm glad you were killed, you incompetent moron. In short, the only Requiem that should have taken place after the second AVP film was for my eyes, due to the lack of lighting and the squinting that I had to endure. If you haven't seen AVP-R, don't, because it's not worth your time. Even with the contrast and brightness turned all the way up, you're going to struggle to see anything, and even then, 11.5 minutes screen time. That's how much the Predator is in the film, titled Aliens vs. Predator. It's a bad movie, written by a bad writer, and produced by people that should have known so much better. So that is the reason why I hate Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. Do you hate Aliens vs. Predator Requiem? Let me know why down below in the comment section. Or were you one of the people that enjoyed it? One of the people that somehow have night vision in your own eyes and can see through complete darkness to enjoy the scenes which no one else could see. If you enjoyed Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, please do let me know why down below in the comment section. I would love, absolutely love, to find out why you liked this big old bag of crap. But guys, I digress. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like and a share if you want to see more Mr. Hate reviews in the future. And if you didn't see the debut in Mr. Hate Reviews, please do go and check it out in the Mr. Hate Reviews playlist. It is Suicide Squad. And that movie, you're damn right I took a crap all over that movie, because that, oh good lord, I hated it. As always though, I have been Mr. H, and if you don't follow me on Twitter or Instagram, please do over at Mr. H Reviews, and I will catch you in the next video.